What happens when a big RV company realizes a mistake made in their factory put one of their customers in the hospital? Surely they fall over themselves to make it right, don't they? Hi, I'm Liz. I help people stuck in an RV nightmare. This channel is dedicated to waking up the RV industry so they'll take care of their customers. I've been able to get 12 buybacks, numerous cash settlements, and factory repairs. This is all thanks to you for liking, subscribing, and sharing, making this channel the force that it is. Today, I'm a little bit upset. I am doing an update on Kalei and Grant. If you saw their video, you know this was one of the worst cases I have ever done. So back in April of 2022, Kalei and Grant bought a Keystone Fuzion toy hauler. They spent over $125,000 on it, and due to a mistake at the factory, it put them in danger. What happened, and now this would not have been caught on an inspection because the piping in the washer dryer hookup, the P-trap, they later found out, was put in upside down at the factory. I don't even know how that's possible, but it wasn't until after they purchased it some months later, they installed a washer and dryer, and instead of emptying outside of the RV, it emptied in the RV. It made all their insulation wet, it soaked it all up. I'm talking the floor and the walls were saturated. And in the ensuing months, Camping World, and I think it was 3 different locations of Camping World, had 5 attempts to fix this leak. And they failed on all 5 of those. And in the meantime, there's all this moisture. So what happened was the whole family got sick, and Kalei ended up in the hospital. They got a mold inspector out, and it turned out the entire RV was contaminated with mold, not safe to live in it, and they had to throw away almost all of their possessions because of the contamination. In fact, the mold inspector got sick. So they called Keystone help. You know, this has been such a mess, and they had been in contact with Keystone through this whole ordeal. Keystone sent out their own inspector from Good Sam, and he went through it, and then Keystone would not tell them what this inspection said, and Keystone was just being evasive. So that's why we did the video. So Grant and Kalei, take it away. What happened next, and fill in any gaps I may have missed.
Since the last video, Keystone did reach out offering repairs, and obviously at this point, specifically with the mold, there's more than just repairing the damaged materials and the continued leaks that have happened. It is a health hazard to be in the RV at all. So there's much more that would need to be done for this to be safe to even step foot in.
We did have one phone call with Camping World. They only asked what was going on, and that was it. We haven't heard back. They said they'd get back to us, and we haven't heard back from them.
I should point out too that since this happened, that you found out it was contaminated, you haven't been in it for over a year. It's been parked in storage. You've been paying storage fees for over this year and making payments on an RV that you can't use.
That's right. And having to replace all of the personal belongings we lost. Eventually, they did come back with a very bare minimum buyback offer, and we have been negotiating with them to receive a complete buyback from them. And in that time, unfortunately, they have backtracked a bit, and now they are demanding another inspection, claiming that they don't have or have not been provided with documentation of the severity of the damages when they have the report in their hands, as well as all of the documentation that we've provided them with, which includes the mold report.
And you have been so good at documenting. I mean, I can see the warped floor, all the water damage. You can see that the wood is saturated. I mean, this is not minor. This is something that started in the fall of 2022 and continued all the way through 23 into 2024. So this is a lot of damage. I just want to point out that RV technicians in dealerships, they are not trained in dealing with mold in an RV.
I interviewed Bob Jordan. He is a mold remediation expert in the Seattle area, and he had this to say.
Mold proliferation occurs on dead organic material when it's persistently wet. Watching the video, see that there's active leaks. He talked about one of her longer gowns being soaked from the bottom up. This can't happen. This is a disaster in an RV. You can't dry these things out. The way that an RV is constructed, it isn't made to be taken apart. It's put together with permanent fasteners, adhesives, epoxies, weldments. You have a wood product that got wet, that got very wet over a very long period of time. And there's no way to access it to dry it. There's no way to access it to treat it. It's now got stachybotrys. That's, you can see it. I looked at the numbers and I just about passed out. Stachybotrys is one of a handful of the 100,000 mold types that is toxic to people. And they were living in a petri dish. I wouldn't even have service technicians working on this to try to fix it. First of all, they don't have the training. Second off, it's dangerous for them. We wear PPE, we wear respirators, we have special air assist respirators, and we know what we're doing. Frankly, this is a non-starter at this point. I don't believe this thing can be salvaged economically. You cannot have water intruding at the level that they're having it and be able to fix it.
The inspector's report, I know, was lengthy. He was filling it out afterwards, and he had to use additional pages from what was just on their normal inspection document. He did tell me that the extent of the damages should warrant a buyback in his opinion.
For those of you that did not see the first video, so Keystone paid for this inspection to happen last year. Kalei and Grant were not able to get the results of that inspection. Keystone will not share it with them. They even hired an attorney and they still cannot find out what was on that inspection.
Now you're probably sitting at home right now going, there's no way I can buy an RV, not after watching all these RV nightmares. And I totally get that. Yet you can go out to the lake or up in the forest and you will see plenty of happy RVers loving the freedom and adventure of RV life. So yes, it is possible. And that's why I wrote my RV buying guide. And it's all about what to buy and what to avoid. This is based on these nightmare videos, my email inbox, and from polling my audience of nearly 200,000 people. You will not find another RV buying guide like this. And this is a special pre-introductory, pre-launch, limited time only offer. So check out the link below.
So really, Keystone at this point is doing what they've done to us from the beginning. And it's been so infuriating and exhausting. We're affected by the outcomes of the RV itself on a daily basis with our health and our finances. But the impact of how Keystone is responding to this is taking such a toll on our well-being and our time. And it's just been so frustrating.
Well, it has me outraged. I mean, imagine if you are the president of a company and you sell products that cost over $100,000, and then your customers get sick because of a mistake that your workers made at your factory. One of your customers actually ended up in the hospital. I mean, name any other product where this could happen and the company wouldn't be like falling all over themselves. Oh my gosh, let's make it right. We are so sorry. You have been through so much with our product that was not your fault. This was our fault at the factory. And you haven't gotten any of that. I mean, I just can't believe it.
It's really disheartening. I mean, best practices, right? You would do anything you could to make it right. Not for this customer, but for all of your customers and your future customers.
If this outrages you like it outrages me, feel free to contact Keystone. Send them an email and let them know how you feel. Ask them to please help Grant and Kalei. Let them finally, start a new chapter, put an end to this nightmare that they didn't cause. And, just ask Keystone to please just help it be over for them. Well, in addition to the RV expense, you have medical expenses plus everything that was in your RV that had to be thrown away. I mean, pretty much everything did because it got contaminated. I mean, that's a huge expense right there.
Yeah, it's been rough, and we just want Keystone to take care of it instead of continuing to delay and making us jump through the hoops that they've already made us jump through. And our family just needs and deserves for them to make it right.
We really would like to just be able to move forward, to work on healing and rebuilding everything that we've lost.
And that's why I wanted to make this video, because I think so many people would be shocked by Keystone's response. Why aren't they taking responsibility that your ordeal was their fault? Now, if I went to Best Buy and I bought a TV and it was defective, right? If I go back and take it back, they should just say, and they normally will, hey, we're sorry, let's give you a new TV. And now we're talking about something that's over $100,000. They make you fight, even though you have proof that it's not your fault, it's defective at the factory. And then if they finally give you your money back, you have to make it a secret. You have to sign an NDA saying that you're not going to tell anyone. So it seems like the companies would rather have you believe that a refund, what we call a buyback in the industry, is not only not possible, they want you to think that if they screw up, well, you're just stuck with it. I mean, I'm just outraged that they don't want you to know that if something goes wrong, that they're there to help you. They want you to sign that away in the NDA so that no one knows they actually gave you your money back.
Being told not to talk about it or not to share that information, it feels so disorienting because we're not allowed to maintain that sense of reality around what has happened to us. It feels very isolating and very disorienting.
You would think that a smart company would be like, let's make it transparent that if we screw up, we're not going to hide that we're going to fix it. We're going to make it very clear that if we screw up, we will help our customers and we will make it right. I think that's going to benefit any company president that makes that a policy. We will take care of our customers. We won't make it a secret if we help our customers. We're not going to make a refund a secret.
Yeah, absolutely. We really wish that that was how they would be navigating all of this. We would want consumers to know that this could potentially be the experience that they would have.
The ordeal continues. They're continuing to question Kalei and Grant. They're continuing to drag their feet, to delay and deny. And now they want to, inspect the RV. Well, they already inspected the RV last year. They paid for an inspection. Why should Kalei and Grant go anywhere near this contaminated RV? I mean, it just puts salt in the wound. They're making payments on it and they're paying for storage.
There have been a lot of amazing comments, and they're still coming in.
The outpouring of empathy and understanding for everybody who's watched the video, it's really helped us to see how outrageous our experience has been, and we continue to appreciate the support that keeps rolling in.
My heart goes out for you. I mean, this kind of thing that happens is the reason why I do what I do. I mean, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've had lots of successful businesses. I would never treat my customers the way the RV industry seems to be doing in general. If something goes wrong, I would own it. I would try and do everything to make it right. And that's my wish and want. I don't want to put anyone out of business in the RV industry. I just want them to wake up and go, okay, this isn't working. We can't ignore our customers. We shouldn't drag them through the mud when something goes wrong. We just need to help them. And for those of you that aren't aware, Keystone is owned by Thor. Thor made $10 billion in revenue last year. So that's not a small number. And built into their cost of doing business is refunds. I mean, that's the way in any business. You just have to realize that the mistakes are going to be made, particularly when you're cranking out thousands of these units. So when something goes wrong, the best thing to do is just make it right.
No, I was just going to say, I really can't believe how we've been treated.
Yeah.
Like, truly, it's unfathomable how we've been treated by them. it really has been so stressful. We'd really like to be able to put this behind us and take a breath. Really, it's been so stressful.
Put in the comments any tips and advice that you have for Grant and Kalei. And I would love for you to join the many happy RVers out there. So remember to check out my RV Buyer's Guide.